Good morning. Shashko te homo te squi, halkamil de homo te stalo. My traditional name is Shashkowit. Language I speak is Halkamilam, and I'm from the Stolo Nation. It's about an hour east of here. Going to start with a little bit of housekeeping and begin our session today. We have staff or volunteers are going to be putting brown bags on every table. And they've done this in the 2 previous sessions, so that will be done sometime this morning. And it really, it's to gather the tears. And they will take the bags at the end of tomorrow, at the end of the session tomorrow, and there will be a ceremony to burn those tears as a way to help with the healing for everyone. So you'll see the bags on each table, and you're welcome, of course, to put the Kleenex in the bags. There are health and wellness supports available throughout the gathering. They are wearing the green neon t-shirts. I don't know if anyone's in here. I see a green neon t-shirt at the back. And they're there as well. They're located in the Gulf Island ABC on the lower lobby. And additional supports along with an elder's lounge can be found on the 4th floor in the Port McNeil room. So different levels to this hotel. So thank you as well to those that are providing this support. We are all committed to keeping everyone healthy and safe. You each were provided masks, hand sanitizers, and COVID testing kits. And I did test myself 2 days in a row so far. Negative. There's a number of information and artisan booths located in the foyer and on the lower level of the lower lobby level. And please take a moment to visit them. The plenary is being live streamed. For those joining us to watch online, we know this may be difficult, so there is support. Please call the Residential School Crisis Line. It is available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day at 1-866-925-4419. Advise, again, the attendees to keep their tissues and put them in the brown bags for those that are coming in after. I also wanted to mention, for those that might not have been here last night, to acknowledge, I'd like to acknowledge the empty chair that you see here. And it's placed there through ceremony to honor the missing children. And you can engage with, by leaving a prayer anytime during the session. So the chair is symbolic for our missing children. And I really want to say thank you to LeVar for the ceremony last night. To Ia Talato, thank you.
Ei lata simasiaya, Saturday the Squala well close Cascala Clat CMLCI Kachi I Selak till squeak Stalos Chilsa. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tyrone McNeil. I've got the privilege of helping my sister Gwen guide you through the next 2 days. Being Stalo myself, I'm about 20 minutes more east than Gwen is, up the Fraser Valley. Just adding a few housekeeping pieces before getting us started. The first piece is the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation is with us during the gathering. We'll be doing statement gatherings on the 3rd floor. And it's a little bit tricky to get to. There's volunteers wearing white shirts. They'd be happy to get you there. And a little blurb from the centre. And while COVID-19 has delayed our work over the past year, the National Centre for Truth and Reconciliation once again stands ready to collect the statements of survivors, their families, and their documents. Survivors of residential school or day school experience, intergenerational survivors, and their families who have been impacted by these systems are invited to share their experiences. The story of this experience can be audio and video recorded, honoured, and preserved with the National Truth and Reconciliation. The NCTR registration and information table is located along the 3rd floor concourse. That's the bridge over towards the South Tower. You can register for a private one-on-one statement along the corridor or the 3rd floor towards the South Tower in the Blue Whale Room and Finback Whale Room on the 3rd floor concourse again. In addition, you can visit the NCTR archives on the Orca Room and speak with an archivist, browse the online database, print a photograph, or discuss how to get a copy of your residential school records or a family member's records. The Orca Room is located on the 3rd floor concourse as well. Excuse me. If you're unable to register, you can connect with staff to schedule a session, virtual or in person, in the future. So just a reminder that the staff wearing the white t-shirts are your volunteers, free to reach out to them. The neon green is your cultural supports, mental supports if needed. So as we begin the first full day of this session, inviting forward Siam Tanat, cultural ambassador from the Squamish Nation, Cheryl Rivers, come to follow protocol and start us off in a good way. Siam.
Tanoi siam siai in a guetal, anhat squalo in tiet stays, siam tanat malnedi anos kushaman sna, Cheryl Rivers queen sna, chenwa hwe squamish oth, chenwa hwe aslahan ochomeoch, hoichach chisha tameoch, hoichach chesiam, hoichach achakanak, hoichach saseol, and saseol. All my grandmothers and grandfathers, all the dear elders. It's an honor to be here. My English name is Cheryl Rivers. My 2 ancestral names are Siam Tanat and Malnedi. I'm the youngest of 7. My late mother was Audrey Rivers, also known as her maiden name was Paul, from my grandparents Andrew and Josephine Paul, and my late father Frank Rivers Sr., and that's where I get my name from on my late father's side. It was my great-grandmother's name, and it means young lady or young woman. And I have lost a brother and sister, so there's 5 of us now. But to me, it's an honor to be here and share in the language that I was taught before I could walk and talk from my late mother, who actually went for 10 years to residential school. And I didn't realize until my 20s what residential school was, that she had gone through that, how lucky I was to learn the language, to learn the songs, to have regalia before I could even walk and talk. And that's been my strength and power in going through and persevering through this journey of life that we are all on. So it's an honor to welcome you to our traditional territory. My late mother would do a lot of these welcomings. Some of you may have seen her in the past. She did for every event. She even did the opening ceremonies for the Paralympics during the 2010 Olympics. My late brother said, "Ma, you're going to have the whole world blessed within a couple of years," because she was always asked. She had been here a few times as well. So my brother Kevin calls me Little Audrey now because I've taken on the role of coming and welcoming everybody. And I'm going to open up with a song, a Greeting of the Day song. It belonged to one of our ancestors, Sequoia, also known as Aunt Sally. And she came from our village in Stutmas up in Squamish. And we were 16 villages that amalgamated on July 23rd, 1923. And it was to fight what was happening with the Indian Act. And we had who was known as Treacherous Trutch here in BC, who really pushed us into smaller reserves and pushed us even off of our villages. So we had a lot of our chiefs actually that after in early 1900s, they didn't like what Trutch and the Indian Act were doing. So they got on a ship and went over to England to try and have a sitting with the king. So in talking about data sovereignty, my shawl, which I'll stand out to show you, is actually from my family lineage on the Joseph. Chief Joseph wore this pattern when they went to England, and this goes back to family lineages. It shows that we have been here from time immemorial. We go from our weavings here to the wampum belt back east, which is our first basic legal document in Canada that created Canada. So our data sovereignty has been here with our beadwork, with our weavings, and with everything that we have created since the beginning of time. So the shawl I wear was made by my oldest sister, also I share Siamtanat with, and she did it to replicate Chief Joseph from when they went to England in the early 1900s to fight what was happening. So this here is proof of data sovereignty. And I'm sure each of us have our own data sovereignty that we can wear proudly. So I'll now sing this Greeting of the Day song. And Sequoia would get up every morning. She had actually lost her husband. And she would get up every morning and give thanks for seeing another day without her mate. But it also is a reminder that we're all connected and they're all around us, all our ancestors. And this is to give thanks for all of land and life, for all the animals in the water, the land, and the air, all the trees, and for all of our people. And today I sing this for all of the lost children, that they find their journey back home. And so in part of my work that I do, I actually do cultural competency workshops for a new BC Crown Corporation. It's mandatory for every construction worker to take our History Matters. We talk about 800 years of history from pre-contact to contact, and I do share Mom's residential school story. And the one thing I ask, and last year we had almost 1,500 come through our workshop, and every one of them I ask them, all I ask in closing is that you pray for all of the children that have not found their way home. So I've been asking all of the workers that come through our workshop, all in the Lower Mainland, to continue with the prayers for all of the loved ones that haven't come home. So I give thanks to each and every one of you for your hard work, and I'm so blessed and honored for all of the survivors that are here and that have the resiliency, the true resiliency, to pass on your knowledge, your teachings, and most importantly, to share your difficult stories and your history. So I bless each and every one of you today, and I pray really hard this morning, and as well give thanks to my late Shisha Tiel Talot for her teachings and to continue guiding me on this journey. I know she's here today as well. Hosiam Hoichach.